Hi, family, and welcome back to the Good Sis Podcast, where we discuss all things Black literature and independent Black authors, and where we just have a good old time over here.
Mhm.
I am your good sis Chop, and I am here with my good sis.
Miss Manna, and I'm still eating my orange. Hold on before you finish your intro.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever bought snacks or something for your kids and you eat it more than them? Because that's what I am on these cuties and halos.
Well, at least it's a healthy snack, because
It
I have downed an entire box of oatmeal pies. I don't I mean I sit at this desk. I think the last oatmeal pie my youngest daughter came in here and showed it to me, and she put it into the little hiding spot that she have in my desk where she hide her stuff, and she gave it to me because she wanted me to make sure I had it. But I think I ate. I don't think nobody has eaten those oatmeal pies, and I have
don't eat no
down.
more.
Well,
Don't eat no more.
it ain't no more to eat. They gone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My oatmeal pies are gone. So, and I said I wasn't gonna buy no more, but I really don't think I bought those. I think my husband
Yeah.
might have brought them home, but either way, they're gone. I've eaten them all. I don't know how many came in the box, but I eat two at a time. I ain't even
I
gonna
try
lie.
to make sure she get at least 2 oranges out the bag.
Well,
The rest
see,
of them I be the native.
you still got a small child. It's important. I have big grown children, and I don't really care what they eat at this point.
Fair. That's fair.
I don't care. Whatever. So we
Right.
are here, and today we're doing our top five series of our favorite heroines. So last video we did our favorite heroes. This video we're doing our top five of the favorite heroines. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out here. 2 through 5 is in no particular order.
Mm.
You know what? All of mine are in no particular order. I just looked at my number one. All of them in no particular order. I could not make a decision like I could with my heroes. So I don't know. I don't know about you, what your number one standing is, but I could make a decision with my
Oh,
heroes.
my number one ain't going nowhere.
Okay, she
She
ain't
ain't
going
going
nowhere.
nowhere.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. Well, we're gonna get started then. Would you like the honors of going first?
Yes.
Okay.
So number 5, I had a toss up, but I decided on Miss Kleu Domino from Gray Huffington.
Okay.
The Domino series and the Eisenberg series from Gray Huffington is quickly becoming like my go-to in romance. Like, oh my God. I was introduced to Gray Huffington by watching the girls from Sip Then Read. Hey y'all, love y'all. And yeah, they talked about it. I was like, let me check out this Gray Huffington. I fell completely in love. And Kleu is one of those dynamic women who get her money. She's about her bag. And she's the kind of woman you have to chase. And yeah, so Kleu is number 5.
Okay. Well, you know what? I was looking out at my list and I lied. I did lie. I'm gonna have to flip some stuff around because I can't believe my number five. She should have been my number one. So I take that back. I'm gonna
These
flip it
girls ain't
around.
loyal. He
I'm
ain't loyal.
not loyal at all, and it'll be all right. So I'm gonna start with my number five, and my number
Mm-hmm.
five is from Brenda Barrett. Miss Brenda Barrett. She's an awesome writer, and I love her. And Miss April Cole. And the
Mm-hmm.
name of this book is called Homely Girl. And it's funny because April Cole was ugly, and that's why it's called Homely Girl. You remember-
Remember when we read that Jay Jones
Oh my gosh. And she
and
was so
Jay
ugly.
Jones wrote that girl in there and she was ugly.
Well, I don't April Cole wasn't that ugly. That girl was ugly to the bone. Jay Jones, she was wrong for that. That girl was ugly to the bone. April Cole was ugly, and then when she hit puberty, she started coming into her own. She became beautiful. You
A
know,
late bloomer, if you
she was
will.
a late bloomer. But no,
Mhm.
this girl was ugly to the bone. She never bloomed. So, but that is my number five, Miss April
Okay.
Cole from Brenda Barrett, Homely Girl.
Okay.
Okay, and number four.
My number 4 is for the OGs only.
Mm-mm.
This is for those of us who enjoy a certain urban ratch literature. Like myself, this is from the author Cairo. It was a Zane Presents novel. It's an oldie but a goodie. Her name is Cassandra Beulah Ann Sims, aka Cassandra Big Booty. Y'all, I thought when I looked at the cover of this book, I was like, I ain't gonna like this. This is too much for me. I fell in love with this woman. I've never rooted for a character like this in my life. She is a mother of 9, I want to say. Yeah, but she's so dynamic. She's fearless. In the book, we see her fight a full-grown man down into the floor. I mean, she is just I can't describe her, y'all. If you dare, read Big Booty by Cairo. If you dare, y'all,
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't think I dare. I don't dare, y'all.
It's not for everybody, y'all, but she is a dynamic, fearless woman. And that's on period.
Okay. Well, my number 4, and I think I'm gonna rest here for a little bit. With this particular woman, I love me some Beverly Jenkins, and I'm going into the Wild Sweet Love, and I'm gonna have to snatch Miss Theresa July. Theresa July was an outlaw. She was an outlaw. I think we were introduced to Miss Theresa July in prison. And the way the book describes her is she having this short hair, real dark skin, beautiful. She danced to the beat of her own drum. She was a criminal for all intents and purposes. But the way she was able to be tamed by that man, Miss Beverly Jenkins knows how to write a historical romance piece. I am so sorry. So I have to go with Miss Theresa July. She's bae.
I have to agree because she's my number 3.
Okay.
Theresa July is my number 3. Y'all, we can't say enough about this amazing this woman. She is I think we get introduced to her when her brother get ready to go to jail. And she show up to court. I think was it Neil who married the mayor?
I think it was Neil because we never did get a book about her other brother.
We didn't get 2 shafts, and we didn't get the brother who has the gold mine. Is his name Durango? I can't remember. He doesn't have a book yet though. But yeah, y'all, Miss Beverly Jenkins, y'all, she writes these historical characters that you cannot forget. It was either going to be her or Lorelei Winters, but I knew I had to include one of these ladies from Beverly Jenkins because they're from a time when not only women didn't have very many rights or very many choices, but Black women had even less. And you have this woman who is living on her own terms.
Right.
And she is commanding the respect of men, women, and anybody who in front of her with her gun. So Theresa July, y'all, that's my number 3.
All right. All right. Well, my number 3 is I'm still in Beverly Jenkins land. I'm still over here, but I'm going to, and I couldn't mention Galen Vachon without mentioning his woman, and that would be Miss Hester Wyatt in Beverly Jenkins' book Indigo. Hester was I don't know if you could you call Black people back there abolitionists as well? Like they were abolitionists?
Yeah, I would say she's definitely an abolitionist.
And what I love about her was she had those indigo hands, indigo feet. And because when we think about slavery, we think about that time, we think about cotton picking.
Right.
That's what we think about. But you had slaves doing all kinds of different work for different plantations. And they were she was doing the indigo, and she was stepping in the plants and the urine, and her hands had turned purple. Her hands and her feet had turned purple because she had been doing it as a child. And she risked her life to take care of Galen, take care of her husband.
Yeah, because when he came, he was badly injured. I had even shot. I can't remember when she got him, but she had to nurse him back to health.
And she hid a lot of slaves. She fed a lot of runaways. She fed them. She put her life at risk, even when they came in and tore up her house. She did not stop. And a lot of the things that she wasn't able, because she grew up as a slave. So a lot of the things that she was not privy to growing up, because she had been a slave, he introduced her to it. And her character was a grown woman, but she was so childlike. So I love me some Miss Hester Wyatt, and that's why she's my number 3. So.
Right. So my number 2 is the First Lady. She is from Love Belvin, and she is the wife of Ezra Carmichael. My number 2 is Alexis Kitten Carmichael.
Kitten.
What?
I said Kitten.
Yes, because I like her because number 1, she's married to this mega church pastor. He's a son of a mega church pastor. And he is one himself. He's a highly religious man, and she's a woman of the streets.
Mm-hmm.
A woman of Harlem. She
Mm-hmm.
she is not a church girl per se, but she has all the qualities that he needs in a mate. She is who God chose for him, and he makes it known that flaws and all, he loves her. But I'm gonna tell you what else I love about her. I don't know who else booked this in. I really think this is a Ladder Love Belvin book. But she had to jump on one of her church members about her husband.
She jumped no precious, didn't she?
Well,
Oh,
I don't,
you talking about when he was praying.
he was laying hands on somebody and she had to jump on him. I
That
can't
was in
remember who
another
book that
book.
was in.
I can't remember the book, but I know that it wasn't. Was it in the Bangles book?
Because these women, it might have been in the Bangles book, but these women, they be all up in Ezra's face, and she's not afraid to throw hands.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for her. I see it for First Lady. She dealt with, and she was so loyal and so straight laced. So for her to endure the betrayal that she betrayed, from her father, from a woman who was supposed to be one of her best friends,
Mm-hmm.
and still be able to hold her head up high, and her job, her career is at this church. So she got to be able to hold her head up high in the face of these church members and her co-workers, and she was able to do that. I love Lexi Carmichael, and that is why First Lady is number 2 on my list.
Now how you gonna have her on there, but you don't have him on there? You cold.
Because I liked her more than I liked him.
That's why she ain't on my list. Moving on. Moving on. My number 2, and that's why I keep saying this in no particular order, because I cannot choose one over the other.
Right.
But I have to go back, and I'm gonna leave Miss Beverly Jenkins alone after this. But I gotta go back to Miss Beverly Jenkins, and we're going back to Night Song. You know I gotta pull Miss Cara Lee Jefferson out of the air. I gotta pull out Schoolmarm. Schoolmarm.
Schoolmarm.
She was another independent thinking woman, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that she was so opinionated and educated,
Yeah.
especially particularly for that time, which still kind of reigns true today, if you ask me, in some of these men. But
I think we need to do a deep dive into Night Song.
okay,
I think we do.
You know, I'm all for it because that's one of my favorite Beverly Jenkins books.
Mm-hmm.
Night Song is all that in a bag of chips, and if you ain't read it, I suggest you go read it.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing. So I had to choose Miss Cara Lee because, like, how could I not? How could I not? I can't be pulling Sergeant Chase Jefferson over here and I didn't pull Cara Lee. That's disrespectful. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your number 1? Or do you have an honorable mention?
I just want to get into my number 1 girl.
Oh, Lord. It's probably somebody I don't like. Go ahead.
Bop, baby. My number 1 girl is straight out of Blakewood University. She is KaToria, the banger McNabb from Love Belvin. Y'all. Oh, the way I love this woman. Like, we meet her at school and her hair's matted nappy, her shoes is talking, and she is being escorted around school by this wealthy, popular football player that everybody wants. They picking at her, making fun of her, calling her a dog, barking, just really doing my girl dirty. Just doing her dirty. And by the time we get to the end of this book, baby, she is the queen. She is the professional athlete. She is the $300 million woman. I'm talking about, she does her life is so elevated.
Mm-hmm.
And the man who didn't want her got to chase her. And she deals with the hurt and the loss of her mother and her baby within a short time of each other, and the loss of her man. She picks her life up and she becomes this figure. She has all these people working for her. She just a boss in every way. I love KaToria McNabb. They could never make me hate you, baby. Love Belvin. I love you for writing her for us. Excuse me, y'all. First of all, for writing this HBCU experience of these very Black excellent kids who come from Black excellence, and they're still dealing with issues, right? Mm-hmm. They still have all these problems, even though they have all this money. But the way we have seen KaToria McNabb just blossom like a flower and become this force, he lose his football career. He should have been left that crazy girl that he dealt with. But anyway, whatever. We ain't gonna get into it.
Don't go down the rabbit hole.
Football career, and he becomes a writer. He's talented. Ashton is completely talented and intelligent. He becomes a writer, and he has to interview KaToria, and she is getting ready to retire from boxing. Side notes: somebody try her, and she come back and knock them out too. Y'all, who gonna handle the banger? Who is gonna handle the banger when she get the banging? I love KaToria McNabb. Thank you, love Belvin, so much.
I'm pretty sure she's elated for your bango. But we're gonna go all the way back. We're gonna go all the way back to the Black series. Because I can't get out of it.
Oh,
me, girl, Sunday.
You is not, I keep telling you, you ain't Sunday.
I am Sunday. I feel it. Sunday had a chipped tooth. I have a gap. That's the only difference. Do I not look 18? I love you, I ain't gonna let it go. But that's my number one. Sunday. I love Sunday. I love Sunday because Sunday was so docile. She was so childlike. I mean, for all intents and purposes, she was a child. She was 18. When, you know, what? How she had to grow up. She had to step into her own thing. When Black got hurt, she bossed all the way up. So much to the point where Albert was captivated by her.
Don't talk about it. And don't bring him up. Don't bring him up with that right there. I don't want to hear it. So let's just don't bring it up. I didn't like it.
I hope Miss Joan sees this so she can seize your hostility.
I don't like it. Don't bring it up.
But I didn't like how you brought up Alexis Carmichael. You didn't bring up Ezra. But we digress. We're going to digress. Anyway, Sunday is my number one because I think Sunday's just awesome. I think she did her thing. She held down the fort when needed to be. And she was also level-headed when Camille come out of there. When Camille pops up.
Oh, you know what? That's my only regret. My only regret was that Morgan, that's my honorable mention. Morgan wasn't there when Camille and her sister showed up. I wanted my rider with her.
Yeah.
Because I believe Morgan would have cut that heifer. Don't you?
Yeah.
That's my only regret. That's my only regret for the whole Black series. That Morgan and Simon wasn't there when Camille and her sister showed up.
Yeah.
So that we could have really, so Black wouldn't have had to threaten Camille's sister husband. That her and Morgan could have handled that situation personally.
Absolutely. Shoot, quiet as a kid. Morgan could have handled Morgan, the sister husband too.
Yeah, all three of them. Morgan could have took care of that whole entourage.
Yeah, I mean, they thought Morgan was a man this whole time.
We had to send little Curtis, little Smitty's son. We had to send him to go live with them children in that orphanage because he wouldn't have had none of them left. Don't come to Fort Independence with that drama. We're dealing with real issues. You come to the gate with that drama. She
was Camille. I give it to Camille. It was Camille.
She lucky she didn't show up like Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby showed up to the gate.
Bless it. But that's my number one. My number one was Sunday. I ain't even gonna go down the rabbit hole with you. My number one is Miss Sunday. So that is it, y'all. That is our top 5 heroines in some of these different series that we have been reading. Y'all be sure to follow us and like us and subscribe and comment so we can argue about these heroines. Because I want to know.
Oh yeah, get down in there.
Get down in them comments and get to talk to us.
Get down in them comments and talk about it. I'm gonna tell y'all, all y'all right now. I don't care nothing about Camille. I don't care that she raised that boy. I don't care nothing about that.
No, I don't care. And if we really want to fall down the rabbit hole, I don't even like her, but she'll be my honorable mention. Callie. She could die.
There you go.
You know,
I had a whole debate for the beyond about this because I don't dislike Callie. It's just one of them things where it's like you have a girl and you like, I don't like you, but I feel like you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? No, I feel like Callie. She's stunned them other women at the fort, and that's why I don't like her.
I don't like, and I do believe Miss Joan told me that my priorities were off. And concern.
There you go. Joan has read all of us who's ever read that book and have an issue with Callie. She has told us all that our priorities are messed up.
But what's not good? Okay, and I know this video is supposed to be short, but wasn't Callie disrespectful? Was she not?
But we cannot discount her trauma. We cannot discount that she is enlightened. She is. We can't discount that this woman, her eyes are open. People come to the fort and their eyes get open. But she was in the Hunter plantation with the
Girl, I don't feel no ways tired.
with the black crank. Y'all.
Don't do
we
it.
gonna go down the rabbit hole. But him and her got the best chemistry on the fort at the Hunter plantation. Jeremiah and Callie is hot.
Jeremiah,
Oh, Jeremiah, the black cracker. But anyway, we just talked about our top 5 women. We ended up talking about men. we ought to be ashamed. This was about the sisters. And we got to talk about Jeremiah and Ezra and all of them. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching the Good Sis podcast. Bye.
Bye.